What's up, you guys? I'm Chibi Joe, and I am here to talk about A Certain Magical Index Season 3. Now, a lot of people will definitely disagree with me. I actually liked Season 3 the best. Particularly the storylines that followed Accelerator and Hamazura. I just thought were absolutely fantastic. And the story following Toma was really good. Now, I thought the beginning was rough to watch because there was so much to go through. Because it kind of felt like for a while they were trying to find really hard to figure things out, but I thought it was really good. I really did. It starts off basically again. Now there's like pretty much a full-on war, and like the rest of the world are kind of turning against Academy City because they're like, yeah, fuck those guys. And it was really well done, like in the beginning, but it's just like as time went on, like at one point they go to England. They fight one of the, the Accelerator had a weird story where he's just like going around doing dirty work for one of the many evil factions that exist. And you really don't learn a lot of these factions. But like there's one moment, I want to say episode 5, either episode 5 or 6, where Accelerator loses his shit. And is just, and it might even been later on, but I want to say it was fairly early. And he just loses his shit, and he gets extremely pissed, and this guy's like, I'm better than you are, and he's like, I don't believe you. And he tries hurting Last Order, and he's like, he just loses it. He's like, how dare you? And like, you learn a lot about Accelerator in this season. Like, he has this kind of complex where he doesn't believe he's a good guy. Even if he's doing good things, he's not a good guy. And that, like, when bad things happen to him, he just accepts it because it's like, well, I mean, he doesn't, like, take it sitting down. I mean, he still kicks their asses. But he has this mentality of, if I die, I deserve it. I've done terrible things. And he actually meets an opponent that actually kind of matches him. And it's really fun, and their dynamic is really fun. So, like, he gets really, and if anyone threatens Last Order, he loses his shit. And then Toma and Index go to England at some point and fight the royal family, or at least a member of the royal family. And it's just a lot. There's just a lot going on in this season in the very beginning. Hamazura runs away from one of the members of his group because she's a fucking psychopath. And yeah, that's like a reoccurring conflict throughout the season. Then, like, one of the hands of God turns, good because he really wasn't evil. He just had to do what he had to do. Then you meet the main villain, and there's a lot of really good moments, and a lot of good, I personally think, a lot of decent storytelling. That came out weird. That was not intentional. But then you have, like, the final battle, and, like, everyone is there. Everyone who has ever been in the show and more are just duking it out. And I thought the ending was a very stereotypical, because, like, I knew there wasn't going to be a season 4. I knew there wasn't. So I wasn't expecting there to be. And so, like, the last episode, I thought ended fairly well. I thought everyone got a somewhat happy ending. I wish they would have, without spoiling anything, I wish they would have lengthened it out a little bit. If they would have paced it just a little bit, I guess, like, faster in some areas and slower on the on others. I feel like some of the monologues really weren't necessary. But I've always been a very firm believer of less is more. Where, yeah, you can have those dark, serious conflict of mentalities. But at the end of the day, try to have, like, I don't need to talk. I'm going to show you what I can do. I'm going to show you what I believe in. I'm going to show you that my conviction of what I believe in is stronger than yours. I don't need to be like Naruto and preaching it every single episode. And I love Naruto, so when I say that, I'm not downing Naruto, just saying Naruto also had 500-something episodes to do that with, while this season only had 26. Now, it's the longest season in the series, but a lot of monologuing. And I thought it could use less of that. It had so much philosophy of the characters when you could have been doing that while also doing action. I mean, I've seen plenty of anime do that. I think, if I remember correctly, I think Black Lagoon did that in the first 2 seasons. I've never watched the 3rd season of Black Lagoon. I might change that. But man, Black Lagoon is such a good anime. But that's not what we're talking about. Overall, the intros of the series was probably the weakest of the 3. I don't know how many openings season 3 had, but its group of openings I really didn't like. The cast of characters were kind of everywhere with it. I didn't appreciate that. The jokes are less there, but for reasons that are obvious, that, you know, to do those jokes, you would have to have a moment where things aren't going to shit. And from, like, episode 13 on, things are going to shit. So I kind of, like, saw what I wanted, and if you take away a lot of the jokes and stuff and add in more serious moments, you get a pretty decent anime. And I kind of understand what people say. Let me see if I can find some of the reviews. I can understand what some people say when they don't like it. But overall, I actually didn't think it was that bad. It's just, I liked it. I don't know. I really, I know I don't have to defend it, but since I'm doing a review, I'm trying to defend it without revealing anything about it. That is hard. But I do. I like season 3. I thought, in terms of what they had to work with and how they did it, I thought was actually not that bad. Now, do I think it's great? Do I think it's fantastic? No. I rated it a 6 or a 7. I thought it was pretty consistent in quality. If you guys don't think so, then that's fine. I don't know. I really enjoyed it. Music, not that great, except for, like, towards the end. But I'm always a sucker for more emotional pieces, if you know how to do them correctly. And I think this anime did. Yeah, I think that's about all I can really say on it. I mean, there's not a lot to say about this anime without spoiling anything, because unlike the previous 2 seasons where everything was going on, but it was so oddly spaced out that I could say a lot more about it. It's really hard to say anything without huge spoilers in it because it's just constant movement in this last season. Like, I mean, it's on cocaine. It's very fast-paced, it's not unbearable, it's not burdensome to try to keep up with it. You just gotta know what you're dealing with. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys today, so please, if you like this video, comment, like, and subscribe, and guys, I'll see you next time. Have an awesome day and a good night. And I think I'm going to take a break from a certain magical series, the Taru series. I kind of want to watch some more different anime, and I've already watched the next one, so it doesn't matter what you guys have to say. Like, no, you need to watch it. Maybe I'll watch it after a few more anime. So, yeah, I'm going to do all of the castings separately. It's going to take me a while because it's really hard to find voice actors who are willing to do just this one thing without me just asking them to, which is why I tried precasting. But it's really hard to precast when you have so many freaking characters. Anyways, everybody, have an awesome day and a good night.